This I'm coming straight to your eardrums.
Today's word of the day is motivation. It's motivation.
I'm coming straight to your eardrums.
Today, I'm running.
It's Mr. Unstoppable.
Hello. So I'm sitting in Starbucks the other day, right? Not an uncommon thing for most homeless people to do because there's Wi-Fi and there's a bathroom. And I'm sitting down and I'm doing my work, which is pretty typical, and I'm getting it. I'm really focused. And next thing you know, another guy comes in. I'm in like a little secluded corner, try to get away so I can focus. And this guy comes in, like I said, not uncommon. He's a man. Men like Starbucks too, ladies. Even if it is a pumpkin spice latte, that's fine. That's nice. He's wearing a wife beater, jeans, also not unusual. Looks like a working man. I don't know what he has shoes on, maybe boots, I don't know. And he comes in with this big old trash bag full of who knows what, and he throws it onto the table. And I'm peeking over like, you know, like maybe I'm like kind of being focused, but I'm also peeking over like, hey, you know, what's in the bag? His girlfriend comes in and she's freaking out. Like she's tweaking, she's freaking out. She heads straight for the trash can and she starts digging through it. She has a bag of her own, she's digging through it. She's like rummaging, like doesn't hear at all how loud it is. Really, she's really twitchy. So she immediately leaves the Starbucks and her boyfriend, her counterpart, sits down next to me, you know, in the other table. I'm like not really thinking too much about it because I'm working, you know, trying to be focused, trying to be a good guy. I can see a guy through the window of Starbucks up on top of this hill. He's like way up on the top. And I'm sitting there in Starbucks and I see this guy through the window. He's up on top of the hill. He just walked out, and immediately when that happens, the guy sitting next to me perks up. Like he's instantly up. That's where I'm going, this little mill, whatever the heck that is. So he immediately bolts out of the door and whistles, like, but obviously with his hands because he's, I don't know, way cooler than I am. He takes off his shirt and whips it around his head. And then he was like, hey! Hey! And I was like, wow, I have no idea what's about to happen. So the guy on top of the hill sprints down the hill at him. And I'm like, they're about to throw down. Like, this is insane. So this guy sprints down the hill and then wide in the open, hands him a huge stack of cash and puts it right in his hand. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a drug deal. Very, very obvious drug deal. The guy on the hill comes inside where the trash bag is. And now I'm thinking, oh crap, I'm part of a drug deal. I'm right next to it. And so this guy starts shuffling drugs into his backpack. Like lots of drugs, like a ton of drugs. And he gets all of his drugs and he leaves. And the other guy comes back in, picks up his trash bag, and goes out the other door. And I'm left there like, wow, wow. I go up to the cashier and I'm like, hey man, did you see that massive drug deal? Like that was super obvious. And he goes, yeah, it happens all the time. Like we used to call the cops, so now we don't because they just don't get here in time. So now these people in Starbucks, this is their meetup spot for drug deals. And am I a part of it? Food for thought. I'm thinking a lot on this run.
How long's barbecue sauce last in your fridge? Wow.
Then the next day I go to the gym, you know, trying to get my swole on, trying to get my gains, which you'd be surprised how rare that is nowadays, living in a car. When I'm working out, I turn to the TV and there's a boob on it. There is an actual boob with the nipple in a movie showing on the television in the gym. I don't know if you see that as a problem like I do, but I see that as a pretty huge problem. Because then I'm thinking, holy crap, what if a kid walks in? And I guess you can bet what happens next. A freaking entire family with 2 little boys walks in. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, if they're willing to show boobs on television, like that's the media that's out there and they don't even care about the consumers or even if there's children in the room and when and how they're exposed to things like that, that's pretty ridiculous. How does that tie into motivation? I'll tell you. I just ran the Carl's pad. Those two stories are both examples of blatant, obvious evil in the world. Am I not right? There's a drug deal happening in Starbucks, and there's a Starbucks on every corner. There's a boob on the TV, and there's a boob in every home. Wait, TV in every home. There might be a boob in every home. Why am I motivated by that? We have to be so intentional and so relentless about doing good because evil is not stopping. If anything, it's only getting more prevalent and more bold. That means we have to be more bold. That means we have to think so consciously. I gotta wake up every day and say to myself, how am I gonna make the world better today? How am I gonna help someone else? How am I gonna inspire others and encourage them and empower them? That's what we need to be asking ourselves every single day when we wake up. There's no time time to dilly-dally in our selfish desires. There's no time to dilly-dally with things that don't matter and that are gonna expire in a day or two. This life is temporary, but what we're working for is eternal, and we want to leave our mark on earth as something positive. It would be a shame to think to myself, wow, I served myself today. Man, I feel really good about that. If drug dealers can be as bold as barging into a Starbucks and taking it over and letting their drug deal thing go the way it goes, why can't we be bold and tell someone we love them? Why can't we be bold and be like, hey, that's a really cute outfit? It's more than the little things, obviously, but why can't we start small and then achieve greatness? Because there's so many of us. There's so many people that want to do good but just don't know how. Just be bold. That's it. Step up. Don't be afraid. There's always going to be backlash. There's always going to be backlash. Whether you're doing good or you're doing evil. I am extremely close to this mill, and I said I was going to get there. So I'm going to get there. I'm counting it. Oh no, this is a bad idea. Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Ah! I just hit the 6 mile mark, which is hilarious because I haven't ran in 6 months.